এক With due permission of your lordships, reference will be made on passing away of late Honorable Mr. Justice P.C. Fukan, former Judge, Guwahati High Court. For order of reference, may I call upon Mr. K.N. Chaudhary, President, Guwahati High Court Bar Association.
Honorable the Chief Justice, honorable judges, my dear esteemed colleague at the bar, and dear junior colleagues. Late Justice Prabhat Fukan was born on 1st of December 1940. Thereafter, on 24th of August 1964, he enrolled as an advocate. After practicing for about 3 years, sometimes in 1967, his lordships joined the subordinate judiciary. In due course of time, he was elevated as a permanent judge of this august institution in the year 1997. Thereafter, in 2002, he laid down his office. Following his retirement as a judge of this august institution, his lordship was appointed as Upa-Lokaayukta of the state of Assam. I had a very close association with Justice P.C. Fukan. At that point of time, he was District and Session Judge Kamrup. And by virtue of being a District and Session Judge, he was also the president of the District Consumer Forum. After 1986, when the Consumer Protection Act was enacted, there were a lot many litigation. At that point of time, I was an additional central government standing counsel. So every alternate day, there is to be some telecom disputes. And between 1 and 2 o'clock, those proceedings used to take place in the chambers. That is the time when I came into close contact with him, because every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we used to have matters before him. And on Saturday, we used to have matters before the State Commission. What we find from him was, he used to encourage us like anything. He was a fine human being. On the judicial side, his lordship has delivered quite a few judgments. And the most important, as I would consider, is the judgment on OBB teachers. These OBB teachers, they had a long legal battle. Eventually, his lordships delivered the judgment pursuant to which the OBC teachers got their job. Of course, after that, there were a series of writ appeals and all. But even then, the first judgment as a learned single judge of this court was delivered by his lordships. he encouraged us like anything. To be honest, not only Justice Fukan, many of the judges of those days, starting from Honorable Justice Sofikul Haq, S.N. Fukan, D.N. Borua, J.N. Sharma, all the judges used to encourage us. And maybe because of their encouragement, today what we are today before your lordships. Justice Fukan, apart from his legal acumen, was a gentleman par excellence. He had manifold qualities of head and heart. On his passing away, the legal fraternity has lost an able personality, and it will be very difficult to fill up the void. Today, I on behalf of the Guwahati High Court Bar Association and on my personal behalf, condole the demise of Honorable Justice P.C. Fukan and offer my condolences to the members of the bereaved family. I also pray to the Almighty God so that the departed soul rests in peace. Thank you.
Mr. Santom Khaun, Vice President, Guwahati High Court Advocate Association.
Honorable Chief Justice, honorable judges present, respected members of the registry, respected senior and junior members of the bar. Today, we assemble here to pay tribute to late P.C. Fukan, the former judge of Guwahati High Court, who died on 9/7/2024. His lordship was born on 1st December 1940. He did his LLB from Government Law College and LLM from Guwahati University. He enrolled as an advocate on 24/8/1964 and practiced for 3 years. He joined Assam Judicial Service in 1967. He worked as an LR and Judicial Secretary of the Government of Assam from 1984 to 1986. He was appointed as District and Session Judge from 1986 to 1991. He was appointed Registered Judicial Guwahati High Court from 1991, 25/1/1991 to 31/12/1991. He was appointed District and Session Judge from 1992 to 1994. His lordship was elevated as permanent judge of the Guwahati High Court on 26/7/1997. He was the chairman, one-man commission of inquiry into Lumpy incident near Boko Police Station, Kamrup District, and a member of the advisory board to review the cases of persons detained under the Meghalaya Preventive Detention Act 1995. He was also the chairperson of Review Committee of Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and also served as the Upaloka Ayukta of Assam. His lordship retired on 30/11/2002. His lordship is survived by his wife and 2 sons. I, on behalf of Guwahati High Court Advocates Association, pay my respectful tributes to the departed soul and convey my heartfelt condolence and sympathy to the bereaved family. May his soul rest in peace in heaven. Thank you.
Mr. Gajanendra Sahewala, Member Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim.
Honorable Chief Justice, honorable judges, my esteemed colleagues in the bar, and members of the registry. We have assembled here to mourn the death of Mr. Justice Prabhat Chandra Fukan, the former judge of the court, who died at Guwahati at the age of 84 years. Sometime before his death, he got an injury in his leg, and due to some other problems, he was admitted in the hospital at Guwahati, and thereafter died. Justice Fukan was the second son of late Rai Bahadur Gopal Fukan, ex-police commissioner, high commissioner. He was a resident of Komor village in Dhokwa Khana. Justice Fukan completed his education from St. Edmund's College, Shillong, and thereafter obtained LLB degree at Guwahati and enrolled as an advocate in 1964. After a brief period of 3 years in bar, he joined the judicial service in 1967. He worked as LR and judicial secretary, Assam, from 1984 to 86, and thereafter from 1994. District and Session Judge from 1586 to 24/1/91, and from 1/10/92 to 31/8/94. Registrar Judicial Guwahati High Court from 1991 to 31/12/91. While he was the LR secretary, he was appointed as a permanent judge of the Sonal Court on 26/6/1997 and retired on 30/11/2002. Justice Phukon was appointed as chairman of one-man commission of inquiry into lumpy incident killing of 4 persons near Boko PS Kamrup, who submitted his report to the government of Assam on 31/3/2012. He was also the chairperson of the review committee of the Unlawful Activity Prevention Act and served as full director Assam from 3/3/2006 to 30/11/2007. Justice Phukon was also served as chairman of National Security Act Advisory Board of Assam, and the Appellate Authority under Water, Air, Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974 and 1981. Justice Phukon Commission of Inquiry probed into cases of Boros and Muslims in northern Assam, Udalguri district on 14/8/2008. Later, the case turned into a full-blown communal case in the district as well as neighboring Down district. He was also the chairman of the State Consumer Disputes Commission. He was a very intelligent judge, and the judgments delivered are unique. He always gave a patient hearing to the counsels and discussed each and every point raised in his judgment. He's a man of ever-smiling face, full of life and very witty. He always helped the junior members of bar and encouraged them to argue before him. He was a soft-spoken and kind-hearted person. He had integrity. He was a kind, compassionate, and perfect gentleman. His memory was also breathtaking. It is difficult to forget Mr. Justice Phukon, and memories of him will remain echoed in our minds for a very long time to come. This loss to the institution is immense. He left behind his wife, Krishna Goi, and 2 sons, and many other relatives. I, on my own behalf, as well as on behalf of the Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim, and its members, extend our heartfelt condolences to the members of the bereaved family and pray Almighty for grant of peace to the departed soul and give strength to the members of the family to bear the loss.
Mr. Indranil Chaudhary, Advocate General, Arunachal Pradesh.
Honorable the Chief Justice, other honorable judges, my esteemed colleagues, members of the registry, and my dear young friends. The moment we think of my Lord Justice P.C. Phukon, the first thought that comes to my mind was that he was a gentleman par excellence. Very soft-spoken, very polite, and as my senior colleague just said, Mr. K. Chaudhary, he always used to encourage the young lawyers, and I happened to be one of the beneficiaries. Honorable Justice Phukon was elevated to the Guwahati High Court sometime in June 1998. And I had just barely joined. I'd spent hardly about 6-7 months. Those days, His Lordship mostly used to take up criminal matters. But on one occasion, for a couple of weeks, as your Lordships would recall, in those days, instead of bench 1, 2, 3, 4, we used to have bench A and bench B. There was a tender matter in which my senior, the then senior, late Mr. Nila Datta, he was engaged. And slightly unfortunate situation. The engaging counsel, when the matter was called up, the engaging counsel got busy in another court. I, as a very young, fresh new face, I had to assist Mr. Datta. We had a reasonably good case on merits. Arguments went on for a while. My senior managed to convince the honorable judge on merits, and Justice Phukon started dictating the order. Midway through, when he rolled on to the prayer portion to dictate the interim prayer, and that is when all of us suddenly realized that the interim prayer was not even exist. It did not exist. By some oversight, maybe on the part of the engaging counsel, maybe on the part of the typist, whatever, the interim prayer was missing. And Mr. Niloy Dutta, with his usual court craft, he immediately looked at me, glared at me, scolded me loud enough for my Lord Justice Fukan to hear. And there was a visible change in his expression. He felt so sorry for me that without an interim prayer, we got the interim. And as I said, that is how I stood to benefit during his lordship's tenure. Whenever there used to be, and in a few days, his lordship was back to the criminal bench. Whenever there used to be a difficult or an impossible bail, my senior Mr. Dutta used to send me, go and appear in this matter. I got a lot of exposure. And that is why perhaps I am where I am today. His lordship was always known to be very, very polite, very, very soft-spoken. He will certainly be remembered always for his demeanor, for his mild behavior. With these words, I extend my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family. May his soul rest in peace.
Mr. Dilip Mazumdar, Additional Advocate General, Assam.
Honorable the Chief Justice and other honorable judges of the Honorable Court, my esteemed colleagues at the bar, respected officers of the judiciary, ladies and gentlemen. Today we gather with heavy hearts to bid adieu to a remarkable pillar of the legal community, late Honorable Mr. Justice Prabhat Chandra Phukan, former judge of this Honorable Court, who departed from our midst 7th instant. Late Justice Phukan's journey in the realm of law commenced on the 24th of August 1964 with the enrollment as an advocate, a day that marked the beginning of a dedicated pursuit of justice. He practiced law with fervor for 3 years before joining the judicial service in 1967. Throughout his illustrious career, Justice Phukan held various positions from LR to district and session judge, again LR. This way, ultimately, he was elevated as a permanent judge of the Honorable Court on 26th of June 1997, where he served with distinction until his retirement on the 30th of November 2002. Apart from his judicial duties, Justice Phukan was deeply involved in critical inquiries and committees. He served as a chairman of one-man commission of inquiry into the Lampi incident near Boko police station in Kamrup district, and as a member of the advisory board to review cases under the Meghalaya Primitive Detention Act 1995. His amiable nature and polite demeanor in conducting court were truly remarkable and unforgettable. Justice Phukan's courtroom was a place where decorum and respect were paramount, and his interactions were marked by kindness and patience. He manifested a special endeavor to encourage junior lawyers, always willing to guide and mentor them, understanding the importance of nurturing the next generation legal minds. In the words of Maya Angelou, an American memorist and poet, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Justice Phukan made everyone feel valued and respected, leaving an indelible mark on all who had the privilege of appearing before him as a lawyer and knowing him as well. As we bid farewell to Justice Prabhat Chandra Phukan, we honor his memory and cherish the invaluable contributions he made to the legal fraternity and the society at large. Today, on the behalf of the state of Assam and on my personal behalf, I extend heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family of Justice Prabhat Chandra Phukan. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Ms. M. Kechi, Additional Advocate General, Nagaland.
My Lord Chief Justice, honorable judges, members of the registry, learned senior advocates, and my dear colleague of this esteemed bar. We gather here to pay homage to late Mr. Justice P.C. Phukan, one of the eminent member of our legal fraternity. Late Justice Phukan, on completion of law degree, joined as an advocate and immediately thereafter was successful in joining the state judicial service on 1/6/1967. And thereafter, he went on to hold the legal post as legal remembrancer and judicial secretary in the Assam State Judicial Department. He held the post of district and session judge till 1/1/1992 and thereafter became registrar of this august institution. In June 1997, he became a permanent judge of this Honorable High Court. During his career, he had the privilege of manning different commissions. Even after his retirement, he became a president of the State Consumer Forum, Assam, in February 2006, and later on, he was appointed as Upa Lokayukta of Assam. Joining with the other speakers, I, on my personal behalf and on behalf of the government of Nagaland and the people of Nagaland, express my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved and grieving family and pray that the Lord Almighty grant solace. May his soul rest in peace.
Mrs. Pansali Bhattacharya, Additional Advocate General, Mizoram.
To the Honorable Chief Justice, other honorable judges of this honorable court, learned member of the bar, and learned member of the registry present here today. We have assembled here today to make a reference to the said demises of late Prabhat Chandra Phukon, former judge of this honorable court. Late Justice P.C. Phukon, born on 1st December 1940. He enrolled as an advocate on 24/8/1964 and thereafter he joined judicial service on 1/6/1967. And served various posted under the Judicial Department, Government of Assam. Late Justice P.C. Phukon was appointed as a permanent judge of this honorable court in the year 1997 and he retired in the year 2002. Late Justice P.C. Phukon was the chairman of one-man commission of inquiry into Lampi incident near Boko Police Station, Kamrup district, and member of the advisory board to review the cases of persons detained under the Meghalaya Preventive Detention Act 1994. He was the chairperson of Review Committee of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and also served as a Upalukayakta of Assam. I, in my initial days of practice on several occasions, appeared before him lordship. The demises of late Justice P.C. Phukon is a great loss to the legal fraternity. I, on behalf of the state of Mizoram and on my personal behalf, offer my condolence to the bereaved family and pray to Almighty for the departed soul. May his soul rest in peace.
Mr. Ranjit Kumar Dev Chaudhary, Deputy Solicitor General of India.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Guwahati High Court, honorable judges, members of the registry, senior advocates, and my colleagues in the bar. We assemble here today to mourn the death of late Honorable Justice Prabhat Chandra Phukon. Late Prabhat Chandra Phukon, Honorable Judge, had completed his education from St. Edmunds in Shillong. Thereafter, he did his graduation in law from the Government Law College. He entered into the judicial service in 1967 and was made a permanent judge of this honorable court in 1997. He laid down his office in 2002. While I had just entered into the profession and he was a judge, and I found him mostly taking up criminal matters in that old High Court building, court number 6, more precisely. It was mostly those criminal matters, single bench matters. But on a few occasions when I traveled to the Itanagar bench, where I was representing the NHPC, I found a equally good, equally very receptive, and his knowledge on service law was tremendous. While appearing in a criminal court, I was not aware of that, but the view changed immediately when I saw him presiding over a service bench in the Itanagar bench of the Guwahati High Court. Being from a missionary school, missionary college, St. Edmunds, he was equally very good in his English. Once I still remember, while appearing in a bail case here, a case where I was there with my colleague and my colleague was appearing in some other case and I had to do the case. And normally in a bail case, what do? we read the FIR. This is the FIR, so. And it so happened, it was alleged that the petitioner had committed marpit upon the victim. And the learned judge just put the file and asked me, what is marpit? I said, at least the translation has to be good enough. Now, this marpit is not something which is in English. As it has fallen from my previous speaker, he was an absolute gentleman, a gem of a person whom we will miss. And he was equally very enthusiastic about pushing the advocates who had just joined the bar, that you do this, you do that, just as it has fallen from my friend, Mr. Indranil Chaudhary. When the prayer was not there of interim relief, that was also considered. We will miss him. I pray to the Almighty to give strength to the bereaved family to bear this loss. May his soul rest in peace.
Mr. S.K. Das, Standing Counsel, Guwahati High Court.
Honorable the Chief Justice, honorable judges of the Guwahati High Court, members of the registry, my esteemed seniors, colleagues and brothers and sisters. It is with a deep sense of sadness that we have assembled today to condole the sad demise of Honorable Justice Prabhat Chandra Phukon, former judge of the Guwahati High Court. Justice Phukon was born on 1st September 1940. He was enrolled as an advocate on 24th of August 1964, and thereafter he joined judicial service on 1/6/67. He served in various capacities like district and session judge, LR and judicial secretary, and also as registrar judicial of the Guwahati High Court. He was appointed as permanent judge of the Guwahati High Court on 26/6/1997 and retired from this august institution on 30/11/2002. Post-retirement also, he rendered his service to the society as a chairman of several commissions constituted by the state government to deliver justice. Although I missed the opportunity to address late Justice Phukon in his court, however, I am told by my seniors in the bar that he was a judge with tremendous legal insight. He delivered judgment almost in all branches of law. There is a famous quote, a just ruling echoes beyond the courtroom and touches lives, which is squarely applicable to the judgments delivered by late Justice Phukon. Brilliance of late Justice Phukon can be conceived from his judgment in the case of Nirmali Bora and others versus State of Assam reported in 2002, 1 GLT 462, wherein he laid down that the law right to elementary education is a fundamental right and cannot be subjected to limit by economic capacity of the state. In another case of Jahanara Begum versus Khwazuddin reported in 1998, 4 GLT 2017, late Justice Phukon laid down that for grant of maintenance under Section 125 CRPC, there is no requirement of proof of marriage beyond reasonable doubt. A prima facie case is enough to give relief. Undoubtedly, late Justice Phukon was a brilliant judge having knowledge and acumen in all spheres of law. He is responsible for delivering several path-breaking judgments which redefine the society's course. His demise is a great loss to the august institution and society as a whole. I, on my behalf and on behalf of the registry of this honorable court, express and place on record a deep sense of gratitude for his lordship's contribution to the judiciary and extend my deepest condolence for the loss. I pay my respectful homage to the departed soul. I pray to God to give strength and courage to the family members.
Now may we have the honor of reference by Honorable the Chief Justice.
My esteemed brother and sister judges on the bench, Mr. K. N. Chaudhary, President, Guwahati High Court Bar Association. Mr. Santam Khaun, Vice President, Guwahati High Court Advocates Association. Mr. Gajanan Sahewala, Member, Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim. Mr. Indrajit Chaudhary, Advocate General, Arunachal Pradesh. Mr. Dilip Majumdar, Additional Advocate General, Assam. Mrs. M. Kechi, Additional Advocate General, Nagaland. Mrs. Panchali Bhattacharya, Additional Advocate General, Mizoram. Mr. R.K.D. Chaudhary, Deputy Solicitor General of India. Mr. S.K. Das, Standing Counsel, Guwahati High Court. Learned senior advocates, members of the bar, members of the registry, and the judicial officers. Today we have assembled here to mourn the sad demise of Honorable Mr. Prabhat Chandra Phukkan, a former judge of Guwahati High Court. Late Justice Prabhat Chandra Phukkan was born on 1st of December 1940. After completing his education, he enrolled himself as an advocate on 24th of August 1964 and practiced for about 3 years. Thereafter, he joined judicial services in Assam in the year 1967. As a judicial officer, he worked in various capacities over a service span of around 30 years. Taking note of the performance of late Shri Prabhat Chandra Phukkan, he was elevated as a permanent judge of Guwahati High Court on 26th of June 1997. After a dedicated service as a judge of Guwahati High Court, late Justice Prabhat Chandra Phukkan attained superannuation on 30th of November 2002. Apart from his service as a judge of Guwahati High Court, he also successfully discharged other responsibilities in public life. For instance, he was the chairman, one-man commission of inquiry into lumpy incident near Boko Police Station, Kamrup district, and a member of the advisory board to review the cases of persons detained under Meghalaya Prevention Detention Act 1995. He was chairperson of the review committee of Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and also served as Uplokayukta of Assam. During his tenure as a judge, Guwahati High Court, he authored judgments on several important issues, which paved the way for better understanding of law relating to subject matters under consideration. For instance, in Bipul Kanti Saha versus State of Tripura, Justice Phukkan applied the principle of equal pay for equal work and held that the lecturers of basic training college were entitled to pay equal to that of degree colleges as their duties, responsibilities, and nature of work were not materially different. Accordingly, the court directed the state of Assam as respondent to extend the benefit of UGC pay scale to the writ petitioners from their respective dates of joining as lecturers of basic training colleges of Tripura. In Dinesh Chandra Ray versus State of Assam, the court observed that in the disciplinary proceedings against the petitioner, prejudice was caused to the petitioner by non-supply of list of documents and of witnesses to him. As a result of prejudice caused to the petitioner in his defense, the disciplinary proceedings is vitiated. Accordingly, the court directed the state respondent to reinstate the petitioner in the service forthwith. Simultaneously, the court also stated that the respondent, if so advised, may initiate disciplinary proceedings against the petitioner afresh and dispose the same in accordance with the rule. Late Justice Prabhat Chandra Phukkan did his last on 9th of July 2024 at about 1 a.m. while undergoing medical treatment at Guwahati. He leaves behind his wife and 2 sons. I did not have the opportunity to meet the Honorable Justice Prabhat Chandra Phukkan personally, but I'm told that he was respected by all for his genuine behavior and amiable disposition. His contribution in legal field and his dedication toward work will continue to inspire the legal fraternity. His death is a great loss, not only to his family members, but also to the entire legal fraternity. I, on behalf of my esteemed colleagues on the bench and the members of the registry, convey heartfelt condolences to the members of the bereaved family and pray the Almighty God to grant eternal peace of the departed soul to give sufficient strength and fortitude to the members of his family to bear the irreparable losses. As a mark of respect to the departed soul, I request the learned members of the bar and the bench to observe a minute silence.
Time.
The court of the judicial side will remain suspended for the rest of the day as a mark of respect to the departed soul. The registry is directed to communicate the proceedings and convey our heartfelt condolences to the members of the bereaved family.